Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream of Straight Pool. I see everybody, or at least a few people, are already enjoying playing around with the chat bot. You can see I've now added the roll dice command, so that way you get two numbers randomized from 1 to 6. So you can basically play craps in the chat, which I think should be fun. And then as time goes by, the more commands I start to think of that I can add to make the chat fun and interactive, the more there'll be. Now, do me a favor, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Let's see here. WM Mazak, you're trying to roll the dice. You have to put exclamation point and then roll dice, all one word. So if you look at the pinned comment in the live chat on YouTube, because these chat commands currently do not work on Facebook, eventually, hopefully, Stream Elements will update the bot to where it can work on Facebook. But that link in the pinned comment is a list of all available commands that you can do right now. And I did learn that the cooldown, meaning the time that has to pass before you can issue the same command again, is in seconds, not minutes. So you actually have like 5 to 10 seconds for each user to be able to roll the dice, for example. So we can see that Chip Sounder has rolled a 7 and WM Mazak, you just rolled an 8, right? So I think that's just a fun little thing. That's just a fun little thing that I added, like I said, to help keep the chat more interactive, where when I'm out shooting and stuff, while everybody's talking amongst themselves, you can kind of play games against each other as well as watch me play. Okay, I don't want to spend too long with the introduction here. Basically, what I'm hoping is going to happen tonight, because everything's easier said than done, was I was up pretty darn late last night working on my straight pool game, like almost till like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I didn't get much sleep tonight or last night. But I hope that I discovered something that is going to help me do better consistently. And then by doing so, we should hopefully start seeing some better numbers. I'm still going to occasionally make mistakes like normal. But what you're hopefully going to see here is, at least with the opening rack, I can now kind of explode the rack open now, and then try to pick it apart to where hopefully I can get to the second rack rather easily. The title of the stream is Cleaner End Patterns. So that's what I'm hoping to be able to at least showcase, that even though my scores either might be the same or might have some improvement, if you watch the way I hopefully work through the racks, the cue ball movement should hopefully be minimal. Occasionally, I might hit a ball too hard or too soft that, of course, will get me out of line. And I have to move the cue ball to get back in line, but that's normal. I think that's kind of expected. But hopefully the more I do that and the more I keep improving on dissecting the rack, then I hope that my average is going to start increasing. Like that's when one of my primary focuses is to get my average to go up. And then as my average goes up, then occasionally there would be like this high performance. At least that's what I'm hoping. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Everybody can hear me okay out here. I will be using my icon 4-5 tonight. Last time I used my tuxedo. So I'm going to go ahead and try to, like I said, blast this rack open. Barely avoided the scratch there. But This is not really a good start if this is where my cue ball is going to end up. Generally speaking, I'd like to see my cue ball somewhere right around here. So it doesn't look like I have much of a choice but to try to cut the 4 all the way into the corner. So let's see if I can do that just to get into the rack. Otherwise, this is going to be a short rack with only 3 points. Yeah, tough shot. Not the easiest of starters there for sure. But do the same style of break, but hopefully not have that bad of a spread result there where I have to start with a very tough opening shot. See if I can do it again. That's better. So I don't know if anybody notices, but the rack is much more open than it usually is. And so now I just have to try to pick apart the rack. So I've been spending more time at this point kind of planning the entire thing out. Whereas before, I would only plan a couple of balls ahead, like your typical game of pool, like you do 2 or 3 balls ahead. But now I try to go a little bit farther than that. Excuse me. Now, hopefully I won't be coughing so much either, but you never can tell. Just a little bit of a mess in this area here that hopefully I can clean up. Oof. That could have that could have been disastrous, but it worked out. So ultimately, you can hopefully see that I'm definitely playing at a much slower pace as I keep reevaluating the status of the rack to make sure that I'm committing myself to what I'm going to be doing to try to pick apart the rack. And this just got a whole lot trickier. This area here is kind of tripping me up. And I just ruined the break ball. Didn't mean to do that. Because I just ruined the break ball, that changes everything that I had in mind. I had an end pattern already going if I would have just solved the middle portion there. So I still have to solve the middle portion, but I have to definitely use a different break ball. I'm in position to shoot this now, and that's going to open up the 3. So I think I might as well go ahead and do that. Ooh, all right. Let's get these warm-ups out of the way. All right. Again, right? Just nice open table. Right? I just gotta control my cue ball, watch my patterns, and there really shouldn't be an issue. So, like, I screwed up by disturbing the break ball, and that changed everything. And then, of course, I just missed, which is normal. I would have caught the point. I'm supposed to get position for this guy up here. That's all right. We have backups. Should have paid closer attention to that. Should have paid closer attention to that. Let's see here. Doggone it. I missed my position for the 10. Even though I can shoot in the corner, it's just a bit of a cut. I may still go ahead and do it. I was supposed to get shape for the 10 inside, but I guess I should have gotten it for the corner. Ooh, that almost messed everything up. If I would have bumped that 12 too close to the side pocket, that would have messed everything up. really want to do this. I suppose that'll work. Very little cue ball movement. Oh, I guess I'll just try this then. Alright, so there's rack one. I didn't go quite according to plan, but the key ball was that last one. So there's the normal part that I'm talking about. Like occasional Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Good thing I can correct this. There we go. The occasional mistakes are still going to happen. All right. Not the. It's a good break, but put my cue ball in a very awkward position. The question is, do I shoot the 4 or do I shoot the 3? Both are difficult in my opinion. Heck, I even have the 10, but all three of them are difficult. Try the 4. Alright, so that at least allows me to get into the rack. Did I acquire a shot? Not really. Even the 13 doesn't go. I can't see the 7 unless I want to try to jump over the 8, which is less than ideal. So, even if I shoot the 1, there's almost like nothing I can get position on. This is tough. Tight cue ball movements here just to be able to pick apart that little area right there. I'm just not sure what to do. Every ball nicely blocks each other. Jeez. If I can get that 15 out of the way, that's going to require a back cut from like over here. That might help open things up a bit. And actually, I might be able to get there now. on, get in there. Give me the 12 at least. I don't care that I just ruined a break ball. I got to get into the rest of the rack first. There we go. This helps a lot. Get some stuff up. Now this becomes tricky. One of these might end up being the break ball. Like I said, this becomes really tricky. I gotta get that going. How do I do that? Suppose I can try that. That's less than ideal, but maybe my only option. Froze myself against the 8, so now I can't see the 7. Suppose I could try that. That's ridiculous. Seriously, I did not just do that. All right, I think I'm going to call the 7 in the corner. Okay, well, to me that's an improvement. Just goofed there at the end. 3, 6, 8 plus 7, 21. Nice little jump there. So let's hope we see that more and more. At least that's the idea, is to see stuff like that more and more. And I was supposed to get shape on the 7. I did not think I was just gonna like snooker myself like right on top of that 8 ball. But that was the risk I was taking, trying to force something. Okay, not bad. Little bit of congestion that I got to clean up. Question is, how do I want to clean it up? Fine. Figure out what to do with that. No, I'm in the position to do it now. Actually, that might be the way to go. Opened up one cluster and created another. Created a nice break ball though with that 10 ball, that's for sure. I don't want to do that. I don't think I do. I want to do do this. I'm going to run into those two. Should have a shot at this guy. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. Okay, that helps. I didn't run into both of them. I just ran into one of them. Okay. Let's try to take this apart now. All right, let's see here. Kind of babied that one, but I got away with it. Oh. All right, make it work, though. Make it work. Go. Oh, come on. All right. That is still the most frustrating part, to where I can do, oh, that's not a 12, that's a 13. Where I can do all of that and then screw that up. and I even overhit it, to where, like, if I would have made it, the break ball position, the position for the break ball would be less than ideal. So far I'm liking what I'm seeing. I just gotta not miss. if I break the rack down like that. Much easier said than done, that's for sure. Don't miss. All right. don't have to break those open. They go. I just got to get the 8-ball out of the way. I mean, even the combo goes if I wanted to. Whoops. All right. That was unintended position. Oh. Drew that a little too much. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, that was so close. Right around the point. Does that give me access to this ball? Because that's what I wanted. So, interesting enough, notice how I left those 2 up-table balls in order to be able to do that. Oh, holy crap. Ashton, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You're saying you're curious about what pool balls should you get for around $60. I mean, any of the ones that you pretty much find on Amazon. I mean, I would think. I would caution you though. I have an extra set of balls that I don't use. They're more decorative. I don't know if you can see how fancy these look. So they're very decorative, very colorful, but they just sit on my cue rack that I have because I later found out that these are unevenly weighted. Because when I this was a housewarming gift from a couple of buddies of mine that bought me this when they knew that I was getting my pool table, 6-7 years ago. And when I got my pool table installed, I was using these balls, and of course I'm happy. I'm shooting pool in my own home and stuff. And during one shot, I just happened to notice these or the cue ball would just all of a sudden do a masse. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is my table unleveled? Like, what happened, right? And I ran through a bunch of tests. I started doing the shoot the ball to the rail and have it come back and hit the tip, and just to see if it was actually the table. I did it on different areas, and then I thought, well, hold on, let me get another ball set to see if it's these. And so I got hold of a buddy of mine that has a table that had an extra set of aramiths, and he let me borrow them, and they roll just fine. So I found out that these balls here, I don't know how much they cost, but these aren't like aramiths or anything. These are, I would have to say, like generic types. So I would caution you that if you do pick up a generic type that's not aramith or Dynasphere or Predator Arcos, just look out for that. Like that would at least be a caution. I would advise you on. Let's see here. So we're currently on 14, but thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I think I'm just going to go ahead and try to blast this one open too. Really, 10 ball? You just had to do me like that? Oi! That just stinks. Like, I couldn't just have a back cut on the 12 and just slam right into the cluster. Like, do I really want to take on this combo, or do I want to bridge over and shoot the 8? And then after the 8, I have to shoot the 6. The 15 doesn't go. I have a 7-4 combination here. You know what? I think this combo is probably the safer bet. Four ball, corner pocket. Oh, okay. Got a lot of work to do on this one. A lot of work to do. Let's see here. I'm in position to shoot that 10. I think I am. Do I take this 8 out now? The 8's kind of a nuisance. If I shoot the 8, though, I think I lose position on the 10. Yeah, because I can shoot this 10 now. Might have to deal with the 8 later. Or, no, you know what? Let's deal with the 8 now. That's going to allow me to do this. I do not get punished for. Okay. Take a look over here. This is what I'm really interested in. Yeah. That helps a little. Now the question becomes, do I use the 13 to hit this, or do I use the 10? I think I can do either one. And depending upon how I come off of them, the 1 ball should be a shot. I would think, unless I glance off of them the wrong way. The 13 ball is the better ball. I'm going to try to gently knock into these and separate them a little. And I think that went all kinds of wrong. Oh, no, never mind. I got a shot at the 14. I have a shot at the 1, but man, that's a little uncomfortable. And I have to use the bridge. But I made a mess over there. I think I can clean that mess up, though. No! I overcut the ball. All right. Still going good. What is that? 9? So plus 6, that's a 20. Okay. Let's see here. Ashton, again, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Unfortunately, I do not have an extra set of balls. I mean, I have extra sets, but not that are worth $60. All of mine are either Aramiths or Predators. So once again, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I can't believe I overcut that 14 ball. But 2 20s, so that's looking on the up and up. See if I can do better. Ooh, that was almost disastrous. Kind of is disastrous. Let's see here. I have a combo on the 9 ball. Let me just kind of look around. Everything's kind of looking good. That's a little bit of an issue. And okay, I think I see what I need to see. I just gotta make sure I make this ball 9 in the corner. Nope, I'm gonna miss. Oh, I went in. Never mind. Whew. Oh. Still got to methodically piece everything apart. This 14 is in the way of the 11, so I think I might prioritize that next. Wish I wouldn't have babied that. But this should be okay. Even shoot the 11 in the side if I wanted to. Just want to give this 11 more pockets. I think we're okay with this. 14 in the corner. Don't want to make the same mistake twice, right? Friendly bump, no big deal. Shoot it? I think so. Bounce. That should allow me to address this 3 ball here. And so the 11 and the 12 don't serve a purpose. Does anybody know what my break ball is? of a connect the dot route. Oh, and I screwed it up. Wow, I can't believe I did that. The rest of the route is 8, 5, 1, 13 to the 10. And I screwed it up. Alright, so I gotta do a recovery here. Mistakes have been made. See if I can get back to this 6 here. Can't believe I did that. Okay, I thought I was gonna scratch right here. All right, so this is a good recovery. So if I get back to that 15 in the side, I'm right back in business. So might as well try to do this. Okay, gotta be careful where I end up over here. I don't want to sink through the shot line. I want to stay on the good side. And then here's the shot line for that guy, so I can dribble forward a little bit. Go. And, well, I got an angle, so that means I'm going to follow to the rail and come back out. Let me just make sure where the heck I end up. There we go. I'm okay with that. Really close to the rack. I don't necessarily want to back cut this 10 ball into the rack with it being so close. I'd rather it be like this. Oh, so far so good. Let's see here. All right, now is this a shot that I can blast open? I don't think so. Hell, we're gonna do it anyway. Spun the cue ball on purpose, hoping that it would help. And it almost kind of hurt instead of helped. Let's see here. I can't shoot the 1 because I'm frozen on the 7, and shooting the 9 is going to be uncomfortable, but that's my only option. Am I even going to be able to reach this darn ball? Do I do this? That helps me at least get back into the rack. Let's look around. Obviously, I'm shooting the 5 ball next, but now I gotta start taking care of business. Figuring out what's what. Oh, that could have been disastrous. That could have been disastrous. Alright, so if I open up stuff with this, I guess I'm hoping for a shot at the 4 ball. If I do this. Let's see what happens. Oh, unless I hit it like a baby. and clutter up the 4, but I got this, so this works. Fix that. Bump the 7 into them. That might push one of them open, but then the 7's going to tie up next. I think that's my only option. Not quite. But the 7 does kind of go if I can get an angle on it. This might help me open up the 15. Or not. Oh, gosh. Ah, that's just gross. Play the billiard off the 4. Go and call the 14. Or do I really want to cut the 8 all the way in the corner? That's looking like my only option right now. Side pocket is kind of doable. It's just that I have to elevate. I'm elevating one way or the other. I wonder if this is the shot. I call the 15 ball and billiard it off the 4. I'm doing it. 15 corner. All right. Give me a shot at least. Yeah. I guess I'm shooting the 6. I don't know if I want to take on this 11 ball. Maybe I should take on the 11 ball. Oh, gosh. Too much to worry about. Go all the way up. Guess I could. That's a little bit easier. Maybe we should do that. Whew. All right, still in there. We're still in there. Gotta clean that up now. 6 ball might be the break ball. I have to use the 7 to open it up. I've clearly run out of insurance balls though, that's for darn sure. Even this could be a break ball. Have an opportunity. I do, but what's my insurance? Don't have one. Like, see, look at this. Like, this is perfect break ball position for the 12. Cut it inside. And do I try to break it open with the 6? I can do that. The 7 is just so much easier because it's right there. It's just, what am I going to shoot at next? I'm going to hit the 7. Curl forward and bump the 3. Maybe if I dislodge the 2, I'll be able to shoot the 2. If I'm careful. There we go. All right. Okay, so clearly I need to go into end pattern mode. I'm probably going to use this as a break ball since it's really close, which means I need to go ahead and take probably the 3 out and just use these as key balls. Touch the 3. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that? Like asking for trouble. Now the 3 ball is also a good break ball, but I'm committed to this. Slow down. What you doing? Wow. I hit it that hard. Then I go and hit it too soft. Hit it too softly. Look at that. Perfect break ball position. If the 6 ball wasn't there. I think what we're gonna do is this. Hey, rack number 3. Let's go. And one of the hard parts is if this cue ball isn't running flat into the stack, I have to hit softer. I can't blast into the rack, because if I skim off the rack, lots of bad stuff can happen. I gotta look, and actually, it looks like I am running flat into it. So maybe I can hit this with some authority. Just gotta not miss. Famous last words. Famous last words, and it goes in the wrong pocket. Ah, so good. Look at that, too. I could have gotten into the rack. Oh, holy crap. That's already 100 points. How cool is that? How cool is that? Look at that. It only took me 7 attempts to score over 100 points. 3 times I didn't get out of the first rack. That was the warm-up games, basically. We can call it that. And then I got the 21, the 14, the 20, and then just ended with a 28. So, yeah. So, this makes me feel good. This makes me feel good. I'm living up to what I said at the very beginning of the stream. Like I said, I mean, y'all would have to tell me. Do y'all think the end patterns are a lot more cleaner? Like my cue ball is moving less and less, and you know, I'm sure I could do a better job strategically picking apart the rack, but I'd have to say it's definitely a significant improvement, I would think. So for anybody that's new to the stream and wondering what this little app is that I have on the screen here, this is a program that I built myself because I am a software developer. That's what I do for my job. And so I built this program just to help track some progress to see how I'm actually doing for tonight. With the where you can see that my current record that's lasted me for over a year now is 79. So for tonight, I've currently done 7 attempts. The high run for tonight is 28. That's the current best. If you look at where I got, you can see that there was a total of 12 racks, because when you count that I got to the third rack, that's 3 automatically. And then the 3 times I got to the second rack, that's 6. So that's plus 9. And then the 3 times I didn't get out of the first rack, there's your total of 12 racks. But of those 12 racks, I was only able to get out of 5 of them. Right? And that's the 3 times I got to the second rack, because that's 3 completed racks. And then I got to the third rack, which means I completed 2 racks prior to that. So there's your 5. Of the 12 racks, you multiply that by 14. So there was a total of 168 balls that I could have made. But I only made 104 so far, so that's where you see the averages are concerned. But with that, I'm able to average a 14, which means I've been getting out of the first rack more often, which is super cool. I hardly ever do that. And if I just wouldn't have missed that ball there, and I don't think I hit it too terribly hard. I think I just missed. I think the power that I chose to put into that break was perfect. I just missed. Oh. All right, so we're going to take a small break. This is where I can open the floor for some questions if anybody has any. Oh, man. Give me a second. I'm going to turn on my mini split. It's getting kind of warm in here. Okay. Oh, Kevin Adams, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Let's see here. Excuse me. Now, you're wanting to know what's my opinion on why it doesn't seem to be a lot of information on the internet about pro billiard players' stats, age, height. Wait, I think that stuff is there. If you're talking about a dedicated website, maybe I would agree with you on that one, but I don't know. Like for Predator Qs, for example, they have a list of all of their pro players that they sponsor, but I don't know if like all of their stats are on there. I think at least they have all of their achievements, like if they've won tournaments or anything. But the information that you're inquiring about is available. I just don't think that there's a dedicated website for something like that. It's kind of spread out. So if you're asking about a dedicated website, well, that's because someone hasn't built it yet. I mean, like, eventually someone's going to build it, whether it's going to be Matchroom or just some independent person that wants to build it and keep track of it and advertise it for everybody. I'm sure it'll happen. Excuse me. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling up through the chat a bit. I see one of my APA teammates is here. What's going on, Beast Egg? Shortstop on pool. How you doing? Hope you're like. Maybe I might hit you up when the stream is over. Let me know, like, how am I doing so far? Like, does this look significantly better? Oh, excuse me. And I tell y'all what, everybody. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Someone wanted to come say hello. Does everybody remember this little guy that I showed on my my last APA live stream? This is Link. Zelda's actually sitting over there. Zelda's been spectating this whole entire time. But I didn't show this guy off on the last stream because he was sleeping. But he's wide awake. He's wide awake right now. So I at least wanted him to come say hi. This is a miniature snout. Oh, there's Zelda. About to dip. Watch, here he comes. Here he comes. There he is. He just moseys on out of here. But this is a miniature schnauzer. He's only about 10 weeks old. He's going to be getting his, I think his second series of shots in 2 days. So, but this is the new baby of the family, and he just wanted to come say hello. You doing? Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, you gotta go though. We gotta get back to some more straight pull. All right. Enough of that. Oh, you can't find what Shane Van Boning's hiding. I mean, I'd have to look. I don't know if it's actually out there, but I'm sure like stuff like that is out there. But like I said, I just don't think there's a dedicated website for that stuff. But I would have to think at some point Matchroom is probably going to implement it with all the players that they have that play in their events. But nonetheless, let's go for another round of straight pool. So, all I want to know is, can I keep this performance up, or does it get worse as the night goes on? Let's find out. Oh, that happens from time to time. So we don't count zeros, not yet. So this is now officially this has now become an unofficial average. Since I'm not counting that. Because I don't count zeros or ones. Like I have to be able to make the first shot after the break. Whatever happens after that, then I'll count it. If I ever hit my goal, then I'll start counting everything and actually show a true average. Whoa. Bouncing all over the place. Okay. A little bit of work to do here. I got options though. I got a lot of options. Oh, are you serious? Like that. I don't even think I count that because that was the first shot after the rack, after the break. I gotta be able to get into the rack. That's what I count so far. You can roast me about that if you want. Can't believe I hit that so softly. All right, come on. Very nice open rack. No real issues on the table that I can see. At least got to get that 2-ball out of the way. just like I do. 14 balls, side pocket. Trying to replace the ball. Okay, 3 is in front of the 13. That worked out nicely. Excuse me. That's what I get for trying to hold the cue. See, if I would have cut it more, look where my cue ball would have ended up. It would have been like over here. So I tried to hit it a little thick and spin it in, but that cost me that cost me the rack. Oh well. Not a big deal on that one. And I should have shot the side pocket ball a little bit harder, so that way I have the angle where I take the cue ball into the rail and not away from the rail. That was really the mistake. The way I played this ball here. I don't have to worry about fixing the shot that I missed. I should have fixed the cue ball control from this shot to that shot. Look, ugh, that's disgusting. What's up with all that? Everything else looks beautiful. This is gross. Trying to think how in the heck do I get over here? I can play a 10-9 combo, but I think that's not worthwhile. Maybe I have to use the 13 to spin into it. So I need to get there as soon as possible. So I want to get to that 8 ball. Oh, that was dumb. Boy, that was really dumb. still shoot it, but it's much harder now. That was not smart. Okay, so what's the backup? Do I really want to attempt this? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Play the 11 inside. Oh, I don't want to use the 1 to do this. Come on. I'm going to get a little close to that 13 now. Nope. Ah, there it is right there. What is that? That's a, doggone it, that's a 5. But let's see if I would have done it. Do it left-handed too. That's what I wanted to do. And then of course I have to fix that later. That was a 5. Alrighty then. This doesn't look bad. This actually looks pretty good. This actually looks really good. Do I go ahead and just stick to the original plan? I think so. I think we stick to the original plan. And I'm screwing up the original plan. Doggone it. what I was supposed to do last time. Was get on this side of these two. Come on, don't get flat. Are you serious? There we go. That was the original plan. Was to get to this really low break ball. The backup plan was maybe using the 1. But then once I didn't get one of the positions I wanted, then I stuck back to the original plan. Because this 7 ball is a little low on the rack. But I got a nice break angle on it. Okay. Please tell me I have a shot. I did. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's see if we can open the rest of the rack up. Hit this. Ooh, I gotta be careful here. Because I'm gonna hit the 6 and then hit the 2. I might just have to float up for the 10. So I might not want to hit this too hard because it looks like I hit this, I'm going to hit the 6, and it looks like I might hit the 2 and scratch. So, still my shot. I don't think I can hit this as hard as I originally intended on. See what I mean? I think if I would have hit that really hard, I would have came off the 2 and scratched. Whew. Okay. Crap. Still stuff to clean up. All important part. What am I going to do? How am I going to do it? So I kind of like that alternative, except what about that 8 ball? Oh, if that 14 was gone now, I could shoot it. 13 go on the side. Kind of does, I just don't like the angle. Okay, so even the 13 goes inside. So actually, what about if we do this? Oh, that was dumb. I was hoping to hit the 8. Intentional bump on the 8 there. So, oh, that changed everything. If I'd have moved that 8, if I would have moved the 8 to about here, I think think I would have had a whole lot more freedom. Give me the 3. As long as I don't tie up the... Actually, shooting the 3 might not be smart. Well, no. Maybe it's... How am I going to come off that 13? No, maybe shooting the 3 is not smart. To shoot my break ball? I do. Well, wait a minute. No, because if I shoot that, I'm going to move my break ball and possibly scratch. Right? Well, I might be able to avoid the scratch. Alright. We're going for it. 13 inside. Cut the ball. So that's plus 11, 25. Whoops. Take that 0 away. All right, if I would have made this, I have a shot at the 8. Let's see if I would have completed this. Made the darn ball. If I'd have just made the darn ball. I ended up overcutting it. Okay. Well, this looks like fun. Just kidding. Stuff open. One ball. Okay. makes those two accessible to this corner pocket. So it works. 4 on the side. Sometimes you just gotta make do. I did not want to do that. Gosh. That could have been disastrous. I actually wonder, let's see if I can gently bump that 3 into a better break ball position than the 6. I just wish I wasn't so close. Not quite. So 6 it is. 6 it is. All right, so let's break down the pattern. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, did I hit that too soft? I think I did. I'm not flat on the 15, but that's okay. I didn't think I hit it that softly. Ooh, we're gonna see a downtown shot. I don't even know if I'm gonna open the rack. So you can still see one issue I kind of have is, and I know shortstop on pool is probably pulling his hair out where he's like, hit the ball a little bit harder on some of my shots instead of slow rolling them. Like I've been doing. Get out of the way, 11. Ah. The 7 is perfect to go right back into the rack. So I can try to get position on it right now to do it again. But when I do that shot, I'm just hoping for another shot. Just slam right back into the rack and hope for another shot. Not the greatest of strategies that you really want to try to use, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Oh, this angle is sharp though. So should I go for the 2? From here, or just try to reposition myself back to the 7. Well, I'm not even gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. I have the 3 ball though. Oh, that's a small window. That's a small window. Let's see here. So I think in retrospect, I should have got position on the 2. It was more natural. And then from the 2, transition back to the 7 and try to blast the rack open. That's probably what I should have done. And let alone on that shot there, I probably should have either tried the combo or, I mean, the shot was makeable. I probably should have just made sure I made the shot. Okay, didn't quite open the rack all the way up. And we don't have a break ball this time. This time we don't have a break ball, and I have to manufacture one. So, if I make the 7 and hit the 4, I might dislodge the 5 into break ball position. And then I have these 2 guys, hopefully as backups. Maybe even the 1 ball, depending upon where I hit that 4. I think that's the shot. Oh, but I didn't hit it hard enough. Look at that. Right? See what I mean? I just didn't hit it hard enough. So I can kind of try again with the 9 ball. Push back into the 5. Maybe get something going there. There we go. There we go. Alright, so now we have to break the entire rack down. I'd like to get to him as soon as possible. I can deal with all that later. So let's see here. I think the 2 ball is a priority. I need to get that gone ASAP. Alright. Let's pick the rest of this apart. How do I want to do this? Looks like my 4 ball has to be next. This is less than ideal, but I think I'll make it work. Don't baby the cue ball around. You know what? Maybe this is better. Is this less risky? No. Stick to the original plan. Original plan worked. A lot of times I would just go ahead and just get started and like I already know what my first couple of balls are, but now I'm going much further in before I commit to shooting. Oh, that was so lucky. Wow. I was not expecting that. I got super lucky on that one. Wow. All right. Now, I'd like to use this one ball to break out this 4, 2, and 7, but I'm not at the right angle, so I'm going to try to use the 10 to give me that angle. Please tell me I can shoot the 2. Maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'm okay. I think I can see the 8. Oh, I can, but it's so thin. And I think I can shoot the 2. Yes. Okay. Whew. I don't necessarily have a nice stop shot pattern here, but as long as we have a pattern, that's all that really matters. do this. It's kind of important. Killed that angle. So here's the cool part. Like, should I even bother trying to get position on the break ball? I don't think so. I'm just gonna do this. That way I get ball in hand in the kitchen. I would have drew right back into the 13. If I had a little bit of an angle where I thought I would miss the 13, then maybe I might have tried it. I might have tried to get position rather than utilizing this strategy. But hey, there's another third rack. Okay, so this is further away than I would like to be, but whatever. We got to make do with it. Kind of want to give myself a makeable angle. Still going to be hitting the rack pretty hard, though. Here we go. We're gonna get into the third rack, finally. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, that's pretty. If I can get to that 6 ball, I can open everything up, and I think I have the 10 ball as a backup. So that means we start with this guy. Go to the 11. Try to make sure that we got a nice back angle on this 6. So I just need to dribble forward a little bit. Oh, that might not be enough. No, it is enough. It'll work. At least I'm going to make it work. I just hope I don't hit that 5. 5 is, that makes that a little close for comfort. 6 ball, corner pocket. Go, that opens things up a little bit. Didn't get my backup shot, but I still have a shot at the 7. 7's going to open the 1, and then I might be able to move some more stuff. And actually, I can use the 5 to kind of maybe open this stuff up with the 10 as a backup shot. So I think if I can hit that 14, I think I'm golden. Well, I hit the 14, I just hit it on the wrong side. But this should be okay. A little bit of a problem there. Got to get to that 1. So here's one way to do it, or a way to do it. sometimes I get a little timid. Whoa, that was scary. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Oh man, are you serious? How did I do that? That's what you're supposed to do. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Hey, but a 41. That puts me at 204. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What a heartbreaker. What a heartbreaker. Look at this, folks. What did I say last time? I think I said it took me 7 attempts to get over 100 points. Now I got it in 5. This is cool. This is what I've been waiting for. This is absolutely what I've been waiting for, is to be able to put on a consistent performance like this. All right, so what do we got? What do we got? How about if I do this so that way y'all can see? All right, so now we're looking at 12 total attempts. So it only took me 5 attempts to get 100 more points. I don't remember the exact number. Did I have 104 the last time I stopped? I don't remember the exact number. Nonetheless, 5 times I couldn't get out of the first rack. 2 times I got to the second rack. Or no, 5 times I got to the second rack, and then 2 times I got to the third rack. And that should have been rack number 4. That seriously should have been rack number 4. You've got to be kidding me. Oh. You've got to be kidding me. Nonetheless, you see a question because Tanmay wants to know, what application is this? This is my own program. I built this myself. And here's where you can download it. All the programs that I build that help me do my streams and stuff are open source. So that way, I actually had a user, I think his name is Alan McNabb, download and added the graph. Like, I didn't know how to add, like, I could have researched how to do the graph, but he added the graph on top of everything else that I had. Now, when he added the graph, there were 3 lines originally. There was score, average, and he had a handicap line. But I never really understood the purpose and how the handicap line was supposed to be utilized, or what stat, like what kind of useful stat it was. Now, he might have had a vision for it, but I just couldn't see it at the time. So I ended up removing it, and I changed some of the colors and whatnot to make it look the way it looks right now. And then slowly but surely, I've still been adding some small features here and there. And I don't think you're going to be able to see, because when you mouse over almost anything, a little pop-up tells you what you can do. So the program should be self-explanatory as to, like, I didn't build like a user's manual on how you're supposed to operate this. The tooltips that pop up when you hover over certain areas instruct you on what you can do. Like, if you hover over the text box, there's a pop-up that tells you enter the score at the end of each rack or when you miss. Pressing the enter key will automatically update the current best and the record, and then pressing E will automatically end the current inning. Because you can see I do have this end inning button. So in the past, you used to have to put in a number, hit the enter key, so that way the current best on my scoreboard down here gets updated. But then I would have to press the button, the end inning button, to end an inning, like when I miss. Now I can just type in a number and hit the letter E, or I can hit the button. So, like, I have multiple ways that I can do things. You want to know if I use Python? I do not. This is written in C#. That is the first programming language that I professionally used when I worked for the Department of Defense back in 2005. Now I pretty much just write everything, or my current job, I write in Java. We do a little bit of Java, we do a little bit of Angular code, which is some HTML, a little bit of scripting, and we use some databasing, so some SQL, so lots of cool stuff. But I always still like writing code in C#. So since I write code in Java right now, I do C# on the side to kind of keep my skills up for C#. I could have wrote it in Visual Basic or even C++ if I wanted to as well, because I know all those languages as well. So is there a question that I missed? Let's see. Oh, so I think I understand the question that's being asked, and that is, what happens if the last ball is in there? Because you just saw me use a strategy where the cue ball, I ended with the cue ball in the rack, and that allowed me to take ball in hand in the kitchen. So I'm pretty sure the question is, what happens if the last ball is in the kitchen? Well, if the last ball is in the kitchen, then that ball is going to get spotted to the head spot on the head string. So center diamond on the head string. So if you know that you're about to shoot your next to last ball, and the last ball is in the rack, well, you're going to want to play position for the head spot. So that way you can try to do like a 2-rail, shoot the head spotted ball into a corner pocket and try to 2-rail your way back into the rack and keep on running. So what happens if the cue ball and the last ball are in the rack? Well, you get ball in hand in the kitchen, but all 15 balls have to be racked. And that's the tough part, right? Because believe it or not, USN bot, there are balls in the rack that you can accurately call out. They're very low percentages, but they're still possible. Plenty of the viewers here have seen me call balls out of the rack, an undisturbed rack, and make the ball. I don't make it all the time, but when I do make it, it obviously allows me to keep on doing my runs. So I hope that answers your question. But let's see here. So 12 attempts. I've played 21 racks so far. I was only able to complete 9 of them. 294 balls total that I could have made, but I've only made 204, but not consecutively, obviously. But an average of 17. An average of 17, folks. I think that is a personal best. I don't think I've ever held an average above 14 yet. I'm probably gonna do how long have I? Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours, so I'm probably gonna do one more series of attempts for another 100. So like 304. When I score 304 or more, I'm probably gonna do another series, and hopefully that series doesn't tank my average. At least that's what I hope. But if I can keep this up, like what you're seeing right now, I think I'm finally where I would like to be. Occasionally there's going to be some hard stuff, right? And if I can get through the hard stuff, cool. But if I can make it easy, like some of the racks, or easier, like some of the racks have been, then I can just hopefully choose a really good end pattern and effortlessly move my cue ball around, get on that break ball, and just keep on going. This is actually a good question. Tan May says, "What is my prediction on hitting 100? Is it a luck thing or a predictable trajectory?" So I think it's a little bit of both. Right, and what I mean by that is I haven't played this game enough to where when I run that cue ball into the stack, where are all the balls going to go? Right, I have a general idea of what to do depending upon the cut angle on the last ball and how the cue ball is going to go into the stack. Matter of fact, let me do this. So this is now we can kind of go into instructional mode. So there are some rule of thumbs that you can follow. And the rule of thumbs are pretty much what I'm doing right now. But what Tony Robles also showed me, and I'm not using it yet, is that you can either use the rule of thumb, or you need to be very specific on how the cue ball hits the stack. So, what you have here is a typical break ball, and what you do is you draw a line pretty much through the ghost ball that makes the ball. Okay? So, if the cue ball is on this side of the line, then you can pretty much hit the shot with topspin. And hopefully what will happen is that the cue ball will hit the stack, and depending upon how it hits the stacks, it's either going to arc forward to the short rail, like y'all have seen plenty of times, or it's going to arc this way over to the side rail. Now, you might be wondering, well, why does it do two different things? Well, that's where you go a little bit more in depth, like what Tony was talking about. So, when you hit this shot, and you look at the tangent line of how the cue ball is supposed to go into the stack if it has no spin, no top spin or bottom spin. So from y'all's viewpoint, to the foot rail will be the bottom of the ball, and to the head rail is going to be the top of the ball. So when I cut this 2 ball and I hit the stack, hopefully you can see here I'm hitting the top of the 11. And when I hit the top of the 11, that causes the cue ball to go this way. And so that's why you'll see the cue ball hit and possibly billiard off the 3, come up, and then go that way if it's got enough top spin. If I raise this 2 ball up a little bit and do the same thing, and I hit the bottom of the 3 ball, well then sometimes I can hit the 11, and that's what can cause the scratch. Sometimes I can avoid the 11, or sometimes I can hit the 11 and with enough top spin, curl my way forward and hit the foot rail. But then sometimes, if I hit any of the second or the third or fourth row, if I hit it flat, then that's when you're going to see the cue ball back up and then just kind of try to barrel its way back through, and usually it can get stuck in the rack as well. So you have the rule of thumb to where if you're on the outside of the line, you can hit this shot with topspin. If you can accurately see what part of the ball that you're going to hit, well, whatever line that you're on is irrelevant. It's do you want to hit the top of the ball and go this way, or do you want to hit the top of the ball and draw it all the way to the head rail, or do you want to hit the bottom of the ball, draw it to the side rail and spin back out, or do you want to hit the bottom of the ball and spin up to the foot rail? Because if you're on the other side of this ball, there are some occasions to where if you know you're going to clip this ball here, you can hit the shot and clip this ball, you can still go forward with topspin. But more times than not, you're going to want to draw your cue ball into the stack. And that's where you can get 2 reactions as well. You can either hit the stack on top of the ball and draw your way back out, or you can still hit the stack on the bottom of the ball, draw this way, and then try to spin your way out of the rack. Those are the general rules of thumb. And whether or not I'm hitting the top or the bottom of the ball, I'm not really getting into that much detail yet. Most of my shots you've seen, I try to land my cue ball on the outside part of the break ball, so that way I can just hit it with topspin and then just watch it try to arc its way to the foot rail or arc its way to the side rail. That's pretty much how you're supposed to break, and that's where I think some of the luck goes into play, meaning that it's not like even if I currently don't have my reinforcement labels down, even if I have my reinforcement labels down and I have a perfect rack, I have a perfect tight rack, I haven't played this game enough to where I can accurately predict if I hit the 4th row and I hit it this way, what balls are going to come out where, right? Usually I'm just kind of hoping that the balls open up and I have a shot, right? So that's where I think the luck part comes in. The more and more I play this, then it gets to a point where I can probably start predicting some of the results. Not all of them. I mean, I'd be a pro if I can predict all of them. But if I can predict some results that come out of that stack on a break shot, well then luck becomes less and less of a factor. Right? Because this game is call ball, call pocket. Right? So there's the only luck, well, I shouldn't say only luck, because there are times where I've accidentally caromed a ball off of another ball into my called pocket when the ball was supposed to go clean in. And I think there's only been very rare occasions where I'll miss the pocket and the ball that I shot flares around the table somehow and manages to still go into the called pocket, which means I still get the point and I still continue to shoot. That doesn't happen very often, but it has happened on occasion. So really, really the luckiest part of the game, in my opinion, is breaking the rack open, right? So, and if you at least know what I just talked about, well, then that reduces some of the luck because you're at least moving the cue ball, hopefully into a spot where you would have a shot, which is to me like no different than if you break a rack of 8 ball or if you break a rack of 9 ball with a normal rack, not with a template rack. Because with a template rack, the balls are very predictable, especially a 9 ball rack and a 10 ball rack. The balls are very predictable, and for the most part, even an 8 ball rack is kind of predictable with a with like some form of a template rack, magic rack or accu rack or the turtle rack or whatever. But I'm not using that right now. I'll eventually put some more reinforcement labels back down, so that way I don't have to worry about using the my actual rack anymore. Is this a cue lathe? It is. This is my cue. I don't make pull cues though. I just either change my own tips. If I get a wooden shaft that has a ding in it, I can kind of fix the dent. I can either fill the dent or get the wood to swell back out and then sand it back down. But I primarily just replace tips. I've replaced plenty of tips for my local players here in my area. And then, of course, I replaced my own tips. So the cue that I'm shooting with right now, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but here's the Town Fusion tip. This is supposed to be a little bit harder. This is a medium, they call it a medium hard tip. It's supposed to be like medium in the center and then like softer around the edges. And I plan on putting this tip on that cue because I want to test this tip out. Because if I don't like this tip enough, USN Bot, thank you so much for subscribing, man. I really do appreciate it. So welcome to my stream, and I'm glad the stream has been educational or entertaining enough that I actually earned your subscription. So I really do appreciate that. So I want to test this tip out because I have, by default, Revos come with Victory soft tips. And for my Predator Black 4.5 that I shoot with outside of my home, I finally replaced that tip and I have a house soft tip because I currently like soft tips. So this is not a soft tip. This is going to be a harder tip. So I'm curious as to what it's going to sound like, let alone what is it going to feel like when I actually strike a ball. And you can see one of my locals is here watching me. Thomas, really good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I replaced his tip. And I put a Town, I think it was a Town medium tip that I put on his because I am sponsored by Town Billiards. Shout out to my sponsors, Town and Onboard Sportswear. And because I'm sponsored by Town, that's why I'm trying this. And I want to put it on my Icon 4.5 first. So just in case, like, just because I might not prefer it doesn't mean that it's a bad tip. I'm just not going to prefer it. So what'll end up happening is I'm going to keep it on the Icon 4.5. It's not like I'm going to take it off once I change it. I just have to keep hitting with it and maybe get used to it. But if I don't end up preferring it after putting in enough reps with it, then I'll more than likely start shooting with the Town soft tip because I have those as well. But I don't make my own pool cues. I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing that. There's plenty of really good cue makers in my area. I don't need to be one of them. Or if I do, it'll have to be a retirement gig or something. When I eventually retire. Tanmay, you want to know if I recommend having the chin or your chin close to your cue or further away? That's a personal preference thing, bud. I've seen plenty of people that in my lifetime that shoot like Minnesota Fats, where they're practically standing up when they're shooting, and they shoot lights out, right? And then of course there's people like myself where the cue is like right underneath my chin. The best way I know how to answer that question really is, how do you shoot a gun? right? Do you shoot a gun like this with the whether it's a rifle or a handgun down here, or do you put the barrel of the gun at your eye line and shoot? Because your cue is basically the barrel of your gun. So how do you want to aim your cue like you would, a handgun or a rifle? Right, so I would think it doesn't have to be touching your chin, but it has to be pretty close so you can look down the shaft of the cue through the cue ball at the target that you're trying to hit, whether you're trying to hit a specific spot on the rail or whether you're trying to hit an object ball. To me, that's the best way I know how to answer that. Mark, you'll see a video of that. Like I said, because I plan on changing the tip, but I'm going to make a recorded video of that, because what I did on my last one is, since that has a Victory Soft tip on it, what I'll end up doing is like just hitting the cue ball. Originally, I was hitting shots with it, and then someone made a really good recommendation that I should just hit the cue ball with it, so that way, hopefully, the microphone picks up how it sounds when it hits the cue ball, right? And then that way, when I change the tip and then hit the cue ball, does it sound different? And if it, regardless if it sounds different or not, then I'll do some shooting with it. So the video is going to have, that demonstration, then it'll have a demonstration of me actually changing the tip. I got to be very careful when I change Revos or the tips on the Revos, because of that red silencer pad that's underneath the tip. I can possibly scrape it, but I certainly don't want to cut it off. I only want to just cut off the tip and then put the new tip on top of the red silencer pad. But that's going to be hopefully a future video sometime this week. And like I said, if I don't like it, then there'll be another video where for my tuxedo, because I'm basically testing these out on my home cues before I put anything on my playing cue. But on my tuxedo, I'll end up, if I don't prefer the Talon Fusion tip, then I'll end up putting the Talon Soft tip on my tuxedo, and then based on which one of the two that I prefer better, that's what's going to go on my Predator Black 4.5. All right, let's see here. This is a good question. Bree says, you're having problems with long shots, but not if the object ball is close to the cue ball. Any good tips or just new glasses in practice? I obviously can't tell whether or not if you need glasses or not, so I'm certainly not going to answer it that way. But practice is certainly going to be the biggest thing. And the way I like to explain that is whether it's a long shot or a close shot, which you say you don't have an issue with closer shots. The thing is that any shot that you do, regular shot, cut shot, bank shot, kick shot, whatever, right? The thing of it is that when you shoot, when you finally pull back for that final stroke and then extend forward to hit the cue ball, your thought process is, I'm lined up correctly, I'm going to shoot, and I'm going to make the ball. Because whatever you're seeing, whatever your eyes are processing, whatever you're seeing, you think, you process that this all looks good, and you shoot. Or at least I hope that's what you do. I hope you don't shoot shots and think like, oh, we're just going to hope and see what happens. Like, I certainly don't suggest that you shoot that way. But when you finally shoot, you've processed that everything that you've looked at, all your practice strokes, like you're ready, you know how hard you're going to hit it, and everything is right. But then the results end up being wrong for whatever reason. Well, then there's a couple of variables that you have to start eliminating, because just because you missed does not mean that you didn't aim correctly. There's variables you have to eliminate, like did you accidentally move your grip hand and impart side spin on the cue ball, right? If you can rule out every variable possible to where it's just your aim, well then now you know there's something you have to change. There's something in your lineup that has to change, meaning that if you set up the same shot over and over again and you do like what I like to call painting a picture. When you get down on the shot and you're about to execute, you should be painting that picture of what you see in your head. Because if you miss and you set the shots up again, like you had reinforcement labels down on the table and you set the same exact shot, if you end up seeing the same picture that you thought was correct, that you previously shot at, you now know that picture is incorrect. So therefore, you have to paint another picture. There's going to be some sort of an adjustment. It has to happen, right? And then you're going to have to try to reprocess. Well, this looks right to you because earlier you said the previous shot looked right, but it wasn't. Right? So now a new picture has to look right. And then you find out if it is or if it isn't. And then you kind of remember from there. That's usually the way that I like to explain it. Sensei Nate Poole says it the best here. It's about visualization. There was a live stream once where I was watching him break, and he kept crossing the rack, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about here, where his cue ball kept crossing the rack when he was wanting to hit the ball squarely. So, and he was breaking on, Nate, correct me if I'm wrong here, you were breaking on, I think it was your left side of the table at the time, and his cue ball was flying off to the right rail, his right rail from his viewpoint. But in his mind, it looks like everything's right. And then right there on, because I typed in his chat, so it was slightly left. Okay, so I typed in his chat. I was like, you're crossing the rack. Like, let's not do that. So he made an adjustment and literally told himself, now it looks like I'm cutting it on the other side. Like, he literally said that. But when he hit the rack, the cue ball bounced into the air, the rack just exploded, and the cue ball just popped right back because he was trying to do a 10-ball pop break. And he got everything that he wanted. Like you said, he overcorrected what he thought was an overcorrection, but it turned out to be the right correction. So, it's certainly going to take practice. It's a long-winded answer that I just gave you, but it's certainly going to take practice. Now, having said that long-winded answer, let's go do one last round of straight pool. I really do appreciate all these questions, everybody. So what happened? I must have hit the top of the ball, and with enough topspin, that's why the cue ball kind of arcs its way. You can see I can risk scratching when I do that. All right, so you got to be careful when you do that. Freeze myself on the one. Yep, I did. At least I can shoot this way, though. Oh, are you kidding me? I caught the point. All right, well, this worked out. I got a little lucky here. Nope. Ah, doggone it. You can see the rest of the out. 8, 13, into the 7. Just hit the one ball too flat. So that's what, an 11? What was that? I must have hit the ball flat. The cue ball pops back and then goes back forward. And so when I actually start studying that more and more and accurately seeing how I'm going to strike the rack, that's going to slightly change how I end up hitting my break shots. But right now I'm not overly concerned with it right now. I'm just following the rule of thumb. Twice! I just did the same thing! And I tried to make sure I corrected for that. Ah! I literally just did the same, I missed the shot the same way. Just like on the last rack. Doggone it. That's a 5. We don't want to see these kind of mistakes. Not this late in the game. I literally thought I made the correction to make sure that I didn't undercut it again. But clearly I was wrong. I was really hugging the rack on that one. That's why sometimes you gotta be careful. You can't, as much as I'm enjoying these spreads, sometimes you can't just blast your way into the rack. Like you can really get in trouble doing that. That was dumb. Oh, but it worked out. This is not the ball I was getting position on, but it worked out. Was also kind of dumb. Whoops. So right now I'm not doing the end pattern that I had in mind. I'm trying to get rid of this guy. Please tell me I got it. I didn't get it. Doggone it. Come on, seriously? Well, we're not going to make that same mistake twice. Or three times. I just didn't think I was going to be this close to the ball. Oh, I hit it flat. I'm falling apart in the last set. That's a 10. Oh, dropped 2 points on my average. I need a good eruption here. These kind of mistakes I don't mind. Like if I end up getting out of line and I have to work so hard to get back in line, I don't mind that. I've had plenty of runs or plenty of first racks that just end up falling apart because they're just terrible. Or like I'm missing shots that I normally should not miss. looking at this 1-3 combo, because at least opens it opens the 10 up, which I think is going to be good. Oh gosh! Unless of course I do that. That was the first shot after the rack. Yeah, so that doesn't count. I wanted that ball to replace. That's why I hit it so softly. So like I said, the idea is going to be is if I ever hit my goal, then I will start counting every single solitary attempt and actually try to display a true average. But for now, I just want to make sure I can get one shot into the rack, and then the score counts after that. Which means basically that the lowest score I should be able to log is a 2. Do me dirty like that. Right, so like I said, this is where I think the luck factor comes into play, and this is kind of unlucky, right? Got a decent spread, a little bit of a congestion, but look at my opening shot. Whoa, I thought I missed that. I'm going to earn this one. Sheesh. Oh, and I undercut that one. Man. All right. Another 5. galore, huh? I almost missed that. Sheesh. Well, I got one ball out, but then now what? So that might not have been a smart decision. I played for all of that, but that was probably not the smartest of decisions, for sure. All right, here we go, folks. All or nothing. Oh, God, I missed it. Ah, doggone it. Well, let's see if I can figure something out. Ah, never mind. Ah, if I'd have hit them, the 15 and the 7 were my backup shots. So that's at least a 10. Yeah, and the 13 ball was my break ball, but man, I couldn't get to that that 2-ball cluster. Sheesh, and here I thought you're supposed to save the best for last, and this is turning out to be my worst set. That is super risky if I go for that, but I don't think I'm going to. Or if I was at least right here, then I might. But here? I don't know. Yeah, that's too risky, too dangerous. Heck was that, Chris? She still got position. Enough of that 7 to where I can hopefully do this. 1 ball, side pocket. There it is. Okay. That helps a lot. Still some mess that I gotta clean up. Stun run through. Ran a little too far, but doable. Oh, no! Come on! 10! This is getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. I wouldn't mind if I could nudge it out a little further, but I don't think I'm going to risk that. There's no reason that I should. Actually, I can risk it pretty safely here. I think I'm going to. Just want to kind of gently bump it. Like that. But I gotta make the ball! What the heck? Are you serious? How did I miss that? I had so many insurance shots to go for that. Make it just get it a little bit further away from the rack. Just a little bit. All right, come on. Whee! Okay, try this again. All right. That was not probably very smart. Wasted so many shots just to get to the 7 ball. Now what am I going to do with the 3? Taking a big risk here. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. God, that was so ugly. We'll take it. If I'd have put any more spin on that cue ball to try to hold it, I probably would have overcut that last ball. Okay. Long shot. Oh, look at that cue ball just stopped. Right when it hit the rack, it just stopped. This isn't too bad. I have to take this on. Can I come back for it later? I have another option. I have a couple options. Man, I'm just not so sure here. I don't know whether to take this on or not. Yeah, I think I better. 9-ball. All right, very nice. Let's see here.
Which one was I calling?
It doesn't matter. Not in that case. But I was calling this. I was intending on that ball. in the way. Can I shoot the 4 now? No, I can't. Did I get it? I think I got it. Yeah. I don't know if shooting the 8 to the it was on the cool. So that's plus 13. That's 27. I don't know if shooting the 8 was easier, but getting a decent break angle on the 1, I couldn't tell if I could go around underneath without hitting it. That's the only reason why I elected to do this. And I overcut the ball. So does that help our average? No, it doesn't. Leaves our average the same. 14. All right. Wow. Froze right up against the 9 ball. That's all because I shot that left-handed. I should not have done that. That is my own stupidity. I should not have shot that left-handed. We're going to call it a 10 ball. Oh, that stinks. And there's going to be a hurting. This score is going to hurt my average. Yeah, because there's your 2. That is going to kill the average. No, it didn't. Really? Okay. Oh, why did I shoot that left-handed? That's another bad habit that I'm trying to kick, to where it's like, shoot with the bridge, shoot with your extension. Very rarely should you ever shoot with your left hand. And basically, or in my case, I should only be shooting with my left hand when I don't have to try to control the cue ball. Messed that up, though. Okay. I was supposed to bump into the 2. Messed that up. 2 go. 2 goes. Alright, so if I keep this up, we're looking at a behind the rack break. Y'all see it. I gotta bridge over the 4. Don't get in the rack! Ah, that stinks. Ah. Well, what am I going to do here, folks? I messed that up entirely because the 9 ball that was here, that was supposed to be the key ball, but it was blocking these 2 stripes that were here. So I needed to get real flat on that last ball so I can just follow forward instead of trying to spin my way there like I did. Because this is what I was wanting. Hit the ball, go into the rack, go to the side rail, and come back out. But now, I gotta settle for this. And really, if I'm gonna do this, I need to make sure I have a tight rack. Because I am gonna call a ball out of the rack. Call the 4 ball, corner pocket. Any 8 ball players out there know how this works. You typically do a second ball break. When you're trying to make the 8 on the break, if you play APA, you can sometimes get that corner ball to go, so that's what I'm calling, 4 in the corner. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. It's more probable with a complete tight rack. All right, I'm at 298, so this might be my last attempt. Let's see if I can make it a good one.
Cool.
I really like that I can do this now on the opening break. That was okay. That wasn't very smart. Neither was that. All right, so the 2-ball is dangerous. I don't think I want to shoot it right now. I'll try to get to it later. Oh, man. I think that ends it, though. That was a 6. Yeah, I think that ends it. Yeah, so I'm at 304. So I don't remember exactly how many attempts I was on, but I'm gonna do one more. This is the very last one. I overcut the ball of all things. It did not look like I was overcutting that ball. It did not look like I was overcutting the ball, but yes, I did, or I was. Whee! All right. Sheesh, that was a lot of inside spin. Okay, a very familiar shot that I just got done overcutting. Hopefully I don't do it again. That's better. Didn't get it. I didn't get it. Shoot at something else. That was kind of bogus. Oh, I hit that so badly. Oh, and I hit that worse. Ooh, that's a decent recovery, though. You can see how easily things can fall apart right there towards the end if your cue ball control is not on point. Or your pattern selection. If I would have, well, I mean, my pattern selection I think was where it was supposed to be, but I could not control the cue ball in such a way to where I could easily maneuver things around. And we'll just chalk that one up to I'm getting tired. I really like that I'm able to smash the rack now and kind of get something going. Ten ball. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. And that's where shortstop on pool will tell me, hit the ball harder. But I end up dogging something like that. +1. 15. Okay. Whew. Well, man. Hey, Rich Byers, thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. Oh my gosh. I went from a 17 down to a 13. Oh, that just stinks. That just stinks. However, though, I think I can honestly say that tonight's performance was close to one of my more consistent best performances. I've performed better than this, meaning that I've gotten a higher number before. I've done a 50 plus, I think, on a live stream. I can't remember exactly what the number was, but it's been a while since I've done it again. But I just don't remember being able to be this consistent, being able to hit the rack the way that I have been, spread the balls open, and then I just need to not dog easy stuff like that. Like there's no excuse for it. But anybody that's been watching long enough knows the struggle that I'm talking about with getting out of the first rack that I've been dealing with, and I think I did a lot better today, which is hopefully a sign to come, in my opinion. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to close out for the night. Kyle Kleindl, I hope I said that correctly. This is my own little program that I've built. I will go ahead and do this. This is meant for PC. I don't have a mobile version of this, but here's where you can download the program to be able to track your progress, even if you don't stream. Like the numbers and stuff that you see here, I use to populate the scoreboard down below. So if you're not live streaming it, then it's just writing data to files that you're not using. The files that are being written by my program here are to, like I said, to populate down below and then to show these statistics here. So I've done a total of 23 attempts, which I think that's pretty good, considering that if you would think that I take a break after scoring 100 points every time. If I'm getting to 100 in less than 10 attempts, averaging 10 points per attempt, the fact that it's less than 30 since I've done 3 tries, even though I did one more than I should have. So realistically, it was only 22 tries. Realistically, since the last attempt there, I shouldn't have done because I was already at 304 prior to that. But so 13 times I didn't get out of the first rack, and the 2 and the 3 end up really tanking the averages as far as I'm concerned. Still was able to get to the second rack a couple of more times, but couldn't get to that third rack, let alone I couldn't get to that fourth rack since I made the last ball and scratched. I could not believe I did that. I was almost going to end up in perfect break ball position to be able to get into the fourth rack. Evan Playground, I'm gonna have to respectfully decline. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at, 11 p.m. I do have to get up and work in the morning, but I mean, don't fret. I mean, I've got more stuff to come. Like there'll be more. There'll be more attempts, and then of course I practice off stream. Whenever I come in here and practice, my cameras are running just in case I happen to throw up a good run. So that way I can post it on my YouTube channel. So like I'm always in here practicing, and I want to say that last night's practice, I think I finally uncovered something. At least I hope I uncovered something. So right now this seems to be more typical kind of a performance with a 13, just one ball under completing a full rack. But the last set when I had that 17, like that was looking really good. That was looking really good. Really good. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, this is wonderful. I have 41 of y'all still in here, 51 likes, and I've received $10 in Super Chat, which I believe was from Ashton, so thank you so much for that. I'm not entirely sure how many of y'all are on Facebook, and I forgot to do something on Facebook that's supposed to allow me to see the chat. So if I've been ignoring the Facebook chat, I do apologize. I forgot to do one little thing here, and let me just see if there's any comments on there. There have been comments on Facebook. So for those that have been watching on Facebook, I really do appreciate you being here. I forgot to set it up so that way I can see all of the chats in one chat window, and that is my mistake. So I do apologize for that. But I do see that I have 2 shares of my stream and 23 likes, so I really do appreciate that. For those that are on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, please give this stream a thumbs up, and then of course consider subscribing to the channel. It's really kind of a race as to what am I going to do first? Am I going to get 100,000 subscribers before I make 100 balls in straight pool? Or will I be able to run 100 balls in straight pool before I get 100,000 subscribers? I really don't know. I'm so close. So close. I'm closer to getting it because I'm currently sitting at, I'm currently sitting at 91,465. So what is that? 8,535 to go. You know, when is it going to happen? In the next couple of months? Or that's why I got to, I'm trying to kick out some more content, do these live streams. I have some recorded content. Like I said, I'm going to be changing the tip on that Predator Icon 4.5 that I just used, and I'll be changing it to this Town Fusion tip to honor my sponsorship that I have with Town Billiards. And then, if anything, I'll more than likely be trying the Town Soft tip as well. Excuse me. And in case y'all haven't noticed, I haven't really coughed all that much. So hopefully that's a sign of good things to come, on top of better, consistent performances. It doesn't always have to be like, 40s and 50s, but if I can get more of those 20s, and if I can get more of these 20s and 30s on a consistent basis and less rack ones, that's the progress that I'm looking for. That is the progress that I'm looking for. So I think with all that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and bow out for the night. So once again, thanks everybody for being here, and have a good night.